Welcome back. You'll know our next guest from pretty much every comedy gig, club and festival over the last few years. Seriously, there's no getting rid of this fella.
We're delighted to welcome the very talented man himself, comedian Danny O'Brien. Seriously though, Danny, do you ever take a rest? It's ridiculous at this stage.
I'm resting now, like this is passive.
Do you have a battery pack stashed somewhere?
You're very dapper this morning, by the way.
I feel weird, like I'm always wearing runners and a jacket and I never wear shoes, but I'm actually going to a wedding pretty much straight after this interview.
And there we thought he was getting dressed up for us.
No, he wasn't making who are you making the effort for? Who's getting married?
The wonderful Al Foran, who I know you guys know as well. Yeah, so huge congratulations to himself and Alison. And I hope I don't say this now and put some kind of curse on the wedding. You still have time to get out. I'm only joking.
As we mentioned in the intro, I mean, busy doesn't start to describe how you are, because you have so many irons in the fire. Like, you're spinning plates between gigging yourself, events, companies. I mean, what's taking up the bulk of your time at the minute? Are you gigging at the minute?
Yeah, we're deep, I suppose, in festival season at the moment.
Yeah.
So we're in the run-up to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, and then the Paddy Power Festival, which was formerly the Vodafone Festival, is now going ahead in the Ivy Gardens at the end of this month.
Okay.
So that'll be absolutely incredible.
So tell us about Edinburgh. Like, what have you in store for your fans over there?
So the show, I think I spoke to you last year about this, was called The God of All Things Bad.
That's right, yeah.
That's now done a tour all over Ireland, the UK, Europe, and that's going to be going to Edinburgh for 24 nights now. So
for people who mightn't be familiar with The God of All Things Bad, what exactly is it?
I went to Guatemala during the lockdown.
As you do.
Yeah, that old chestnut. I met a Mayan deity called Mashaman, who's the God of All Things Bad.
Listen, the amount of people who sat in that couch and told us the same story, Danny. I mean, what did you do during the lockdown?
The amount of Irish people I know, I've got these badges, which are like a little effigy of him that I always give to people at the shows. And when I say to friends of mine, here's the God of All Things Bad, they always go, I'm the God of All Things Bad. It's really
a mate of mine is the God of All Things. Be glad. So gigging towards Edinburgh. I've heard various comedians talk about, I'm going to Edinburgh at the Fringe. It's not a jolly up, is it? Like, it's hard.
No, the Edinburgh Fringe is an absolute marathon. Like, you'll do maybe 70 shows throughout the whole month. It's chaos. You're doing about 13 hours a day, just trying to eat the odd bit of fruit wherever you can get it in between.
And you're selling the show yourself as well.
Yeah, the show will sell, like, because I'm with Scottish Comedy Festival this year. This is my 10th year at the Edinburgh Fringe, so I've built up a decent enough following there. But it's still hyper competitive. Like, there's 7,000 shows on. You can't be just turning up, you know.
Yeah, but it's not just Edinburgh you're doing. I mean, you've taken Shining to Dubai. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I thought of this concept for a show when we were in like the dark times, when it looked like things were going ahead again, and then we were all like, this is great, and then it all got cancelled again. I think it was like last summer, and I thought of this concept called Big Night Out Festival, because like myself, present company included, for those of you that are no longer in your 20s and can't handle a 3-day festival.
Very dare you.
I already have anxiety about Electric Picnic and everything I'm doing this year. I'm like, I'm going to have to get a B&B in the second night. I'm going to have a shower, you know? So I thought I wanted to do a festival where everything is in one night. So you get there, you get your wristband, you've got live music, you've got food, you've got a comedy show, and then you've got like a DJ party at the end of it.
The whole shebang in one hit.
The whole thing in one night.
Yeah.
And then I pitched it to McGettigan's back in January when we did the festival, and then they got in touch, and now it's selling, which is bizarre. It's something I was just sitting in my sitting room dreaming of.
So when is it on?
So it's on the 9th and 10th of September. So I've got myself, Carl Spain, and I've actually got a guy called John O'Hayes, who's actually from Limerick but is based in Dubai, an amazing breakfast DJ and a brilliant DJ as well.
Wow.
So he does the after party, and then we've got Elena Gabrielle from Berlin. She's going to fly in. She's an amazing comic. She sings. She does all the stuff me and Carl Spain can't do.
Sounds like a proper full night entertainment.
And McGettigan's are putting on one of their favourite live bands before the show. So it's a whole night, you know. There's
a huge Irish diaspora over there, actually, that you wouldn't really think, but I was over there myself in March. There's a load of people out there, so they were all like, just can't wait.
Yeah, it's mini Ireland, and I think everyone here and everyone in Ireland has a cousin in Dubai.
Absolutely, yeah. Well,
so if you have a cousin or a cousin's cousin in Dubai, send them in to us and have a bit of crack.
I've heard so much about McGettigan's, the venue. I've never been. I know a lot of comedians.
I'm scared to go there.
Tell us about the place itself. Like, is it a big venue? Like,
yeah. So JLT is where the show is on. So it's a big, huge outdoor space where everyone kind of drinks and stuff. Super popular with sports and stuff like that. And then the nightclub part, it's kind of like a nightclub venue, like the Coronas have played there, Deck Pierce, and it holds about 300-ish. Let me just put an ish on that, because that can be flexible. And it's just, there's no windows, there's no nothing. It's everything.
There's no windows, you can't get out, you can't escape.
Proper, like, it's the best crack room.
You're trapped.
But you are going to get a genuine festival experience at that night.
100%.
Everything's there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're going to get people in putting like makeup on people, like glitter makeup and wristbands, and then you get it into your nice Uber air-conditioned home and not wake up in a €5 tent.
And is this something, Danny, that you'd like to roll out then? Are you going to bring it here?
Yeah, well, there's a plan to bring it here. It's actually going to the Czech Republic, believe it or not, to Prague.
Of course, yeah.
Of course,
I know, it's a promoter.
So predictable, Danny. Guatemala and Prague.
It's weird, like, it's, you know that saying, like, you'll never be a king in your own land.
Yeah.
You always have to go do something outside of Ireland, and then suddenly Irish people will be hounding you to do it here, you know.
Prague's an amazing city.
Phenomenal.
Like this festival will go a treat there.
Yeah.
But you've got loads, apart from that, if that wasn't enough.
Simon's coming, he's on the guest list. He's already got FOMO.
I'm going, yeah.
But you've done a lot of work. I mean, the last time we only spoke about your school comedy workshops, which is very good for confidence building in kids, but you've rolled it out to the corporate world. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so over the last year, the school template, which I talked to you about, Simon, we started doing it with different corporations, especially with people coming back to the office and stuff like that. And people have been working at home for so long. People are very social. Their social skills have kind of dropped a little bit as a result of this, you know. And we've kind of developed this workshop. We do like a 2-hour workshop where we do a half day. And we get everyone up on the mic and we get them to talk a little bit about themselves and what their interests are. And last week we did one in Eton. So literally beside the Queen, like Windsor and Eton, just over the bridge. It's myself, Jack Wise and Carl Spain. And it was a small group of 13 for a financial company. And out of that 13, we found a woman whose father had boxed Joe Fraser and Muhammad Ali. Another girl was a professional ice skater in Hungary. Another guy was Irish and had done The Merchant of Venice with Al Pacino for a month in New York. And none of them knew that about each other.
So as team building, it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like the amount of information you get. And the great thing about it is like Carl Spain is a genius when it comes to writing material for people. Like you were at Crossy's gig that we did. And we did a stand-up show with Crossy. We worked with him before that. So we wrote all this stuff for people. Then they have this 3-minute set that they can take with them, whether they've got a golf do or a best man speech or a bridesmaid speech, whatever.
There you go.
That is genius.
And most of all, it's good crack. You know what I mean? It's fun. Like
because for a lot of people, it'd be their idea of hell will be getting up in front of the mic, but you get through that and you get on
I'd have the fear of God now myself.
Danny, I can't wait for Dubai.
Neither can I.
I'll have the front 2 rows, please.
You better start getting the fake tan on now, layer by layer.
Don't give me any encouragement, my God.